some milk. He needs 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 some milk. He needs.
Does a lie go farther than the truth?
I'm sorry, say again.
Does a lie go farther than the truth?
I don't know what you mean by asking that question. I don't know what you mean.
Like how far can a lie go when it comes to being spread around?
Pretty far, pretty easy.
Pretty far.
Especially, you know what?
You sure?
Especially with
positive.
YouTube, when it comes to, like, for instance, Larry, a disgusting, foul little amoral rodent like you carrying forward the lies of other Satanists I've exposed. There you can see a lie going an extra distance that it probably shouldn't, because disgusting swine like you do exist in the world. So that's another example. Yeah, absolutely. A lie can go pretty far. Right. If there's disgusting deviants like you and Thicky and CJ and many others to want to carry the lie forward, yeah, absolutely. It'll go the mile.
But why would I carry it? What's the purpose in it, though?
Well, for you, it's attempting to obfuscate from you being a failure, attempting to land your point, and then engaging in scumbag tactics as a compensation. Yeah. It's fine. I've seen Bruce do it, Nicky do it. Every degenerate scum that's tried to basically condescend to me not only has shown themselves far worse in terms of moral atrocity than I am, in terms of their condescension, but they can't even maintain the standards they claim to present and promote. So I just point at you people and I make fun of you, call you the frauds you are, and move on with my business. And that's basically part of.
Don't you think it makes more sense to, don't you think it makes more sense to like to fight against these so-called, you know, make up wannabes that's trying to.
Yes, I do, and I do with the mechanism that I feel is appropriate. I continue to expose them, their moral failings, the fact that when they claim to be Christian and trying to condescend with Christian ethics, that they're just a bunch of hypocritical, lying, slandering scumbags. And again, once I'm done with that, I move on with my day. I'm not going to trust that you have the mental faculties to realize how much of a retard you've been while you've been in my show. But guess what? My audience has. And therefore, we get utility whether you get it or not. So I wish you would, but I also don't think you're very spiritually sound. I don't think you're even mentally sound, frankly. And I think you're trying to posture over things that you have no business posturing over. And then engaging in tactics that are so outside the consideration of the spectrum of Christian morality, it's almost comical that you would dare to posture anything at all, let alone ethics in terms of application, when you're such a blatant failure at it yourself. So no, Larry, you sank yourself basically dead on arrival.
I sank myself
for the most part. So go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So throughout all these allegations, you telling me you wouldn't show any proof of that's not you or that's not the character? That's not.
What does that look like? What does proof look like?
What do you mean? What it looks like?
Like, if anybody
have any type of allegation?
Like when Will Kincaid said, "Hey, what type of idiot accuses someone of something with the expectation that at the end result they'll get them to dox themselves to prove otherwise? What type of idiot, what type of complete immoral piece of shit would expect someone to dox themselves to prove that a bunch of online internet rumor isn't true?" Well, I guess Larry. Will Kincaid, we found another one. Larry is literally as disgusting of a human being as Thick Shades. That's a pretty radical state of affairs there.
So you're telling me? So I mean, like, if
the idea of like, well, prove this thing of, yeah, exactly. Bond gets it too. It's very comical.
If
this online internet rumor, you're obligated to prove it wrong by a metric that I decide, and I think that's probably you should dox.
Which, by the way, the criminal records or file jacket for Joshua Nathan Marks Herbal is sealed anyway, so there's no way to know. In terms of the charges themselves, there were no actual convictions, just charges. That means anyone can be charged with a crime in these United States. That doesn't mean they were convicted.
Well,
you
and
should know,
anyway,
you should know that.
the fact of the matter is,
It
beyond
still
any
don't
of
point
that,
to the. It still don't
aside
deny that
aside
it's
from
allegations towards him, though.
aside from the idea that being me, just being a giant internet rumor started by a disgusting mentally infirm Satanist. Aside from that, anything inside that very case in and of itself, no one here knows about. So you're all engaging in just random bouts of speculation and slander because why? Because you're a hateful fraud, Larry. You're a hateful, disgusting, vile, immoral, disgusting rodent. And you've demonstrated your character by participating in that nonsense with absolutely zero biblical justification or evidence. So you're the biggest loser when it comes to this one, Larry.
No, well, you cannot actually say that at all. Matter of fact, because when it comes to your characteristics and how you express yourself as a Christian, it definitely go against.
Well, you discussing mine does not obfuscate from yours.
No, for
and
the
I've already justified mine because, again, I don't buy into your cultural, emotional impulse for what you think is moral. I gave you the chance to prove it from Scripture. You couldn't. So I don't care.
Bro, I did.
Not to mention,
you know, because I prove it.
Proving something from Scripture.
Bro,
hey, Larry,
proving
something from Scripture, Larry, is very different than you putting forth allegations. You confess that these are allegations. They've never been proven.
Can I have a few minutes with Lawrence?
First of all, listen. If anybody had those type of allegations towards them, who wouldn't hide themselves?
I'm going to fucking snap. I want 2 minutes with Larry here. I'm going to fucking snap.
Okay.
Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes.
Right. Larry, you should know about false accusations. You're black.
Where's Lawrence?
Hold on. Here, let me get him back. Okay, there we go. All right,
What do me being black got to do with anything?
He ain't in here right now. You're talking to Will motherfucking Kincaid. How you doing today, buddy? You got some issues with my boy? Is that what we're doing here?
Will, what's the point of talking to you, man? I don't even
have
know you.
Chip, because you're impugning my morality by accusing Smokey of being a fucking pee-pee toucher. Because I fucking nail pedophiles to the you're gonna shut the fuck up and listen to me, buddy. Listen, I nail pedophiles to the fucking wall. If I fought for a hot sex,
people that are racist and there are atheists on your channel, and this
there's all kinds of fucking people on my channel. You dipshit. Are you fucking kidding me?
It's showing your characteristics, bro. As a Christian, you're not rebuking these people. You're not correcting them. You're not doing.
You're right. I'm a horrible Christian. Listen, buddy.
All you doing? Would you like to? It's debating, bro. Like as a Christian, you shouldn't be doing it.
You want to see what Smokey looks like, dipshit?
You want to debate with people, bro.
There you go. There he is. There's your fucking offender. There's Carl. Guy. This guy.
Like that's weird.
Guy. This guy. Oh, here's some other guy who looks just like him. Oh, and this fucking guy too. Oh, look at this fucking guy. Who's that? Yeah, and by the way, asshole, Ryan the Presbyterian, shut the fuck up, you faggot. Listen, Ryan the Presbyterian is the one who helped perpetuate that lie. Now he's got to live with the guilt of that sin on his conscience, and he was the one just talking to you about the fucking file jacket. So why don't you shut your fucking mouth?
Hold on. Will, can I see that again?
Yeah, you want to see it again?
Yeah, hold on. I was just on.
There you go. You want to get a screenshot too, so you can post it to your wall? Look, I got a whole conspiracy board up here, so I'm going for broke. You want to send? Where do you want to send that? You want to send that to my house? You want to put some fucking lipstick on it too, and send it to my address? I'll give you a PO box. I'll send you a picture of my cock too, if you're looking.
Oh wow! Listen.
All right, there you.
Can Smokey get on? Smokey, can you get on here, Smokey?
There's that guy. There's Smokey. See, it's Smokey because this is actually a screenshot from a video where he revealed his own face. That's currently on his channel, you dipshit. You dipshit. You absolute dunce.
That's Smokey?
You buffoon. You fool.
Listen, Will, is that Smokey?
This right here is fucking Smokey. It's from a video on his channel. He did a face
picture.
All right, there you go.
All right, so that's Smokey too.
You're a fucking retard, dude. I cannot with these fucking people. What about this one? Is this Smokey too?
He wearing glasses. I don't know. A lot of white people look alike.
All right, what about this guy? We call him Homo Santa. This is Homo Santa Smokey Saint. Is that Smokey too?
All right. Well, he's kind of little. He looks a little different.
And this guy
a little far,
and this fucking guy don't look a little different. That's what you're telling me. You're telling me that this longer fucking facial structure, face like a fucking horse's ass, and then this beautiful.
I'd just like to point out the clear racism that he just said. Basically, all white people look alike. Go ahead.
It wasn't racism. It's just the fact. It's not racism. That's not racism at all. I'm just saying, like, a lot of people. A lot of
black people like chicken.
They and everybody said the same for black people. Like,
sure. So you're blind. Clearly, you need to go see an optometrist or something. You need some fucking glasses. But the guy who was just in here that was talking about the file jacket is the one who alleged these allegations and was spreading rumors about fucking Smokey because he had a personal vendetta. And now he's in here, and they're all best buddies. I mean, is Ryan here? Does he want to confess his sins to everybody so he can get this over?
Actually, no. I wasn't the one spreading the rumors. It was Bill, Thick Shades, and Andy that were doing that.
Oh, come on. You're the one who called. You're the one who said, "Oh, I got Smokey's phone number." Let's not do that.
I never. Okay. Well, again, let me at least speak my story.
Okay.
What happened was that, again, all this stuff about Smokey comes out. Bill Cuthbert is sitting there behind the scenes, basically saying, "Do this, or I'm gonna have my man fucking kill you." That was one aspect of it. The other aspect of it was,
I can affirm that other people contributed to exactly what Ryan is saying.
I'm not saying Ryan was the only one. I'm saying he contributed. And he's in here saying it's fake.
The reason...
I'm saying what Ryan's saying is justification right now. Pay attention, Kincaid, because it is corroborated. Go ahead.
Gotcha. All right.
What I'm saying is I was basically put to do this because I was basically told, do it or we're going to kill you. Which then later became evident, no, they weren't kidding, and they had a whole machination to do that with Armageddon, if you remember him. What happened was when it came time for the file jacket, which I'm not going to say whether or not I have it, I'll say this much. The file jacket, the criminal records of Joshua Nathan Marks Herbal are sealed. What is visible are nothing but charges, right?
That's correct. We investigated that ourselves, too.
The charges do not equate to guilt. And
right,
that's when
you
I
never
realized
charged in a court of law. As far as we know, the charges were either against this person, were either dropped or they just never have gone to court.
Right, or some kind of settlement was, or not settlement, some kind of plea deal was maybe made.
Because I could say Larry raped my grandmother in 1993 in a subway in downstate New York. That's just, and then he would be brought in on charges. They don't have to be corroborated. Right. They're just charges.
Right. That's thing number one. Thing number two is that there has not been a scrap of proof that Bill, Andy, Thick Shades, Nakasuchi, whatever, have CJ Cox, Nick Whitmire.
Well, I'm glad you brought up Knock because you ran to Knock. That fucking pissed. I meant, Smokey's all right with you, and it's not my place to be offended on behalf of somebody else, but it did really rub my taint the wrong way. Do you have an explanation for that? Because you said, okay, well, death threats. Okay, sure, I can understand.
Talking with Bill, somebody. That was a lot of
Tom Thumb. Some guy arrested of sex crimes with minor was arrested a second time in Desert Hot Springs, which is a burnt out tweaker town outside of Palms.
Oh gosh.
I guess that helps prove it wasn't me, unless you want to point to when you think I was arrested.
Oh gosh, that's ridiculous. I bet you that's probably Bill.
I mean, the people who covered this got everything wrong. They couldn't even read the charges right.
Look, dude, Kincaid, you have
charges as Smokey fucked a 6-year-old when that's not even what the charges say.
Exactly, and so did Thick Shades. I found that statute and told Sam, you cannot say this. That's not the statute. It's not what it says. He didn't care.
I mean, if you're looking to spin bullshit,
these people are
garbage,
garbage, slandering, obfuscating idiots. And look at the big old Christian moralizer who jumped into the mix of slander and conspiracy to try and strike at someone who owned him in a conversation.
By the way,
pointed out how stupid he was.
Carl, I just got to ask you a quick question.
By the way, the offense is pretty deep and great in terms of an actual practical Christian ethical approach. You should consider, before you spend too much time attempting to moralize, take recognition that, particularly Larry, to me, you've demonstrated to be the lowest of the scum. The lowest of immoral, atrocious scum. In fact, I actually expect, and you can even anticipate, better behavior from some atheists than anything you've represented. So I don't know why I would in a million years give a flying fornicated crap what you would think to be moral or ethical or not. Because not only can you not support it from scripture,
Smokey, I got a question. It's burning a hole in my nutsack.
Sure. Go ahead.
Been impugned by this man. He says that I am not a good Christian. I am frankly I am just absolutely appalled. I don't know why you're laughing. This is a real serious accusation.
I'm not laughing.
You want to talk about
why? You are. I didn't even know you was a Christian. Matter of fact.
He's Jewish, you idiot.
He's a Jew.
He's not Christian. He doesn't even know that the guy who owns the other half of this fucking channel is a Jew. Never mind the fact that we mention it every time. We literally said it 3 or 4 times here. Convert Will Kincaid. Mm-hmm. There are several videos. You don't even. If you're not willing to like look at the face of an object and go, that's an object. You're a fucking retard, dude. Yeah, there's something fucking wrong with you. You need to go fucking take a nap. You're burnt out or something. I don't know. Listen, we make fun of Sparkle for a lot of things. We won't make fun of him for his fucked up speech impediment. I would never certainly make fun of the fact. But this guy,
I want to encourage him to get past it, frankly.
This guy has some kind of are you on Ludes, dude? Are you on some sort of lean mixture? You can't get a fucking word out. Do you have an anxiety disorder too, or is it just the downs?
Who you talking
I'm asking Lawrence. Keep up with me. These are the jokes, baby. Listen, I'm wondering if perhaps you're on some kind of prescription medication. You twat.
I'm not answering that, bro. Because you're trying to make jokes.
Of course you're not. Yeah, you wouldn't want to perjure yourself.
You show me that.
No, of course not. No, you wouldn't want to bear false witness.
I get how it works.
Let's ask Tom Thumb, because this will probably be good. Let's ask Tom Thumb to, I guess, back up the idea that I was that it is me and that I was quote unquote arrested again. To give me the date. Let's see if I was streaming that day. I bet I was. I bet I was. Considering the fact that I've streamed basically every freaking day for the last, 18 months. I think
if Smokey was arrested, the first person he would have called is me because we share a lawyer. You fucking idiot.
That's the thing. You asked me, Kincaid, why did that happen with knocking myself? Well, it's simple. This is the same nonsense that Bill Cuthbert told several years ago with a guy that y'all don't know. And I did not think Bill would do that twice, nor did I think he would lie. But it's the same, at least not to that extent. It's the same bull that he pulled, and I began to become suspicious because, again, it's Bill and Thicky. They have archives upon archives of videos of people that hadn't been on YouTube in a decade, but they can't produce any hard evidence. That's when I started to realize something was wrong.
Ryan, you have to understand that, the whole thing of this whole situation that transpired now last year, right? And then with you and your involvement and me not knowing any of that, because of course you're having secret backdoor meetings with.
Well, that would be 2 years before I even start my channel, so I'm not sure how. Yeah, that wouldn't work. So that's the original arrest. That's the original arrest date, you dumblet. That's not a second one, you dumb shit. And it wasn't fugitive from justice anywhere on any of these reports that you guys keep trying to handle around. What is wrong with you people? You don't actually
listen,
read
I gotta
anything.
get back to my point.
Kincaid, have a good day.
No, I'm saying I gotta get back to my.
Good.
No, I have to get back to my point. Jesus Christ, you guys, you're just looking to get rid of me. I know.
No.
Put me on a train, why don't you? Ship me
Oh
off
my gosh, that's horrible.
Anyway,
don't say that.
Ryan, you got listen. One day, all of a sudden, Smokey, you show up on Smokey's show, and it's just like your best friends. And I message Smokey. I go, "What the fuck?" And he's like, "Just relax. It's fine." I'm like, "Okay." And I never get a real solid explanation, other than like my own mental musings that you're some sort of useful idiot. No offense. So well, to be fair, you just did call yourself a useful idiot for Andy and Bill and Thicky, or maybe Andy.
Well, at the time.
And Ryan, you have to realize. Okay, well, hold on. There's a lot going on there, Kincaid.
I understand that now. I just want him to understand why I was fucking irritated by the whole thing.
No, I understand why you're irritated, because the thing with Bill and that whole crew is that they're all interconnected, but they hide it, and they hide it well. The reason they hate me now ever more than ever is that I brought it all out in the open. Now they're all, it's evident. I know all this crew, GY6, Rob Reed, all these people, Bruce, they're all connected to Bill Thicky and Andy.
And you know what? Smokey's subscriber count, not that I really enjoy bringing this up because he trumps my own by several orders of magnitude now.
Here! Cheers! Cheers to the death of the Jews being the ones that run media. Ha ha!
Wonderful. Well, you might want to hold that, because I took over right around the time you were ready to quit. You were like, you know what? Fuck this. I don't need this. I'm not doxing my family over some dumb internet shit because these two fucking clowns want to play with their pricks in the sandbox and toss their shit around at each other like it's fucking Play-Doh, right? And I understood that sentiment, but I said, but this doesn't have to be an absolute fucking nightmare. So we took the time to go through all this shit, and Smokey has come out the other side smelling like a fucking rose. So not only did the majority your claim, Lawrence, that anyone with any credibility is buying this sack of absolute fucking bullshit, right, is completely trumped by the fact that in light of all of the videos that these absolute fucking mongoloid retards have put out there on the internet that pop up in your search engine, which is no doubt how you found it, like thick shits and, no offense, nacho fucking sushi over here. And in the face of all of that, his channel has gone from somewhere around 460 something when I joined as the life partner of Smokey Saint's channel to almost 1.24 thousand. Of course, fucking Dave's epic gamer moment seems to have affected your sub count from this afternoon for reasons that shouldn't need to be restated here. But the fact that has happened, and that we're watching all of the accusers of the motherfucking brotherhood over here lose subs like a fucking sieve in water, I think that in and of itself, while anecdotal, is a testament to the fact that this is obviously false, or nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
you're literally the only one.
He had his biggest video attempting to bring this slander forward, and now can barely get maybe 8 people to watch him.
And by the way, all the views that he's getting are botnets. That's his own botnet.
Yeah, he probably literally.
No. Actually, I have to Google Smokey's name because I don't always get notifications because YouTube is fucking fake and gay.
Right.
But so that's the first video that comes up. That's how I know. That's how he found it. And he's so the thing. I've seen it go steadily up over time with Smokey's subscriber count, so to the point where it's almost on par. So I know that people are watching that video first because it's at the top of the algorithm, right below your channel itself, and so they watch that. They go, "Well, this is fucking stupid," and then they watch your channel and subscribe. Imagine trying to make a defense against that. Against all odds in the algorithm, the YouTube deity of the almighty algorithm, Smokey has still managed to grow in the face of that algorithmic demotion.
And not only that, in the face of that which Thick Shades thought he could pull out from his old repertoire again to ruin Smokey, actually made him grow.
Right. Exactly.
Rage, you got one of the people in here that was basically in on it, coming clean with all the bullcrap of Bill and Thicky and all these degenerates. Which, by the way, Rage, you should be ashamed. You called Thicky a Christian when talking about like Smokey exposed by Christians. Wait. You had paid attention to nothing. You don't know that you were giving claim to the Mandela fella, who thinks that Satan changed the Bible. Okay, we're Smokey not. No one with any common sense recognizes Thicky as a Christian any more than the preacher.
I'm sorry. Was Knox's video about Mr. Herbal pre or post Cone? Because pre, he didn't get all the daughter's meme stuff until he started trying to slander me as a pedophile. He likes to gloss over that, but because we did all that because we tried to do the same thing with Ryan. We're like, here, look at this guy who looks like Ryan, who lives in a state maybe Ryan lives in. And it was at that point. It was at that point that Ryan had his little epiphany that what he was doing was fucking nonsense. So, and we were hoping that Knock would get the fucking memo, but it took him quite a while beforehand. And I've heard him as recently as 2 months ago try to allude to, because of that fuckhead with the wrench. What the fuck's his name? Matt Powell's. It's not his pet pterodactyl. Or Ken Hovind CPA. That's the one. Yeah. That's the guy. But
Matt Powell's gay pet pterodactyl is the
give same. Passive credence to his remarks about the herbal thing. So I mean, I've done enough. I mean, you got some fucking shit on your. I'm not trying to break your balls. Okay. We're discussing.
So Larry wanted to drag all the nonsense up because, again, Larry is a scummy, disgusting fraud of a human being, and I think my points now stand. So Larry, would you like to first take the opportunity to apologize for participating in a bunch of disgusting online gossip and slander to attack a fellow brother in the Lord and proving yourself a satanic troll, working with Satan as an accuser of the brethren? Would you like to apologize for your disgusting display of immorality and failed ethics?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Was that a yes or a no? Or do you still feel justified?
No, I'm just gonna be humble with it. You know what I'm saying?
So you're a dirty, rotten, disgusting, immoral scumbag, and you shouldn't have done that.
Well, I'm not going to say that.
I mean, I give people credit for a lot of kind of fuck ups, but there is also the crown royal of fuck up, which generally few people, generally are stupid enough to partake in, but you did. So I'm just wondering if you have, you would like to take an opportunity to respond.
All right. So let me humble myself, right? As a Christian. I'm humble myself and say that I definitely apologize.
All right, good. Beautiful.
I fully hearted apologize for.
All right, well
then my work here is done. I'm gonna get back to my.
Thank you, Kincaid. Enjoy time with your child.
He's not here. I'm actually home alone doing housework because I'm still stuck in this fucking gulag because New York State doesn't know how to read, as you recall. So my wife is at work and my mother-in-law is watching the kids, so I'm trying to get stuff done. But
cool. Okay.
Good luck with that. You're sharing my screen.
I am sharing it, Joe.
The reason why I had this up, because I wanted to give everyone an opportunity that felt the need to go on a crusade against Smokey the Saint for an alleged crime that he allegedly committed some odd years ago. I wanted to give you an opportunity to fight an actual cause that is actually happening in reality, which is the epidemic of black crime, black criminality. So there are the numbers. Okay. So Larry, if you want to go on a crusade against something evil, here you go. I hope you can do the math. If not, I can help you with that. But this is the problem in America today. Not Smokey the Saint, not him cursing, not him calling people names. This is the problem in America. The ratio of black on white crime is 10-1. That means you're 10 times more likely to be attacked by a black person if you're white than vice versa. Let's see the videos on that.
Listen,
The raising atheist. Let's see the videos on that page.
Not to,
no, I don't want to talk about why it's happening. We can do that another time. You can come visit me on my channel, and you can bring up all the whys. But
he could use a boot camp, Jill. He could use a boot camp.
Root of it. The root of it is the sin.
Amen.
That's the main reason why it's all that happens is sin. It's just
Amen. Amen.
Yeah. Like,
see that now blacks think like you. That's the problem.
Me, I have no faith in racism. It makes